Hi friends, welcome back. I'm Jabron Clifford, and I'm a young adult writer who writes about overcoming fear and discovering your identity. I'm also living the adventure of living in New Zealand. I asked friends what my next YouTube video should be about. I got a couple of responses, but the one that I liked the most was to describe the differences between living in New Zealand and living in California. I thought because everybody spoke English here that it would be really the same. There was McDonald's and Coca-Cola and all kinds of other American things, lots of American shows on television, but there were a lot of differences. For one thing, there were so many words that were different. Muesli bars, the car bonnet, the car boot, jandals, the lift. These are togs. Don't ask me why, it doesn't make sense. At first, everything different seemed to be really novel and unusual and part of the adventure. But after a while, I had a bit of a crisis and I felt like I was on overload. It all came to a head one evening at the grocery store. My husband phoned me to find out where I was. I had been gone for hours. I had been wandering up and down every single aisle, looking at all the shelves, looking at all the products, trying to find something familiar, something that looked like I was used to. I had had it. I can't find the Campbell's tomato soup. I found Wattie's. What does Wattie's tomato soup taste like? There's toast bread, and there's sandwich bread, and there's something called very thin sliced bread. I just want bread. And there's only fat carrots. Everybody knows fat carrots are bitter. I got used to New Zealand words, New Zealand phrases, and New Zealand grocery stores. Other differences were a lot more subtle and took some time to recognize. In the United States, we place a high priority on getting a job done. It's not that relationships aren't important, it's just they don't seem to be as important as they are in New Zealand. Let's say in America, you want to borrow something from somebody. You go over to their house, you knock on their door, you borrow the item, and that's it. But in New Zealand, things are a little different.
Excuse me, can I borrow a cup of sugar, please?
Maintaining relationships is important. So you have somebody come in, you make them a cup of tea. You sit down and you talk. And only after all the small talk and getting to know them better does the task or job get accomplished.
Thank you. Goodbye.
So I hope you have enjoyed some of the differences between New Zealand and the United States. Obviously, this is not an exhaustive list. I thought it would be fun to share some of my stories. Have you ever lived in a different country? What were some of the things that you found unusual or hard to get used to? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear your experiences too. Thanks for joining me. Until next time.